So I want to see, what is AI going to tell us in terms of the steps to change an electrical outlet. Let's see what it tells us, and then let's analyze what it said and see, is it safe? Could you actually do it? So I'm using Bing's AI. I've got my compose. I'm going to paste in my request here, steps to change an electrical outlet at home for a beginner, professional tone in paragraphs. I want long. I want to give it the opportunity to give us really everything that it knows, and click on generate a draft. Goes off and thinks about it. And here we go. It's starting to give us our steps. 1, 2, 3, keeps going. 4. Oh, it's keep going. Is it going to go? Is it done? There, it's done. So it's done it in 4 steps. Okay, 4 steps. I'm going to copy that out, put it into Word, and then we're going to see what those steps are. Are they safe? Can you really rely on AI to change an electrical outlet in your home safely? Okay, so we have our steps copied into Word, and it says changing an electrical outlet at home can be a simple and safe DIY project if you follow the proper steps and precautions. Absolutely, I agree. It can be, but you got to make sure you follow the right steps. Let's look at step 1. Turn off power to the outlet. It says locate the circuit breaker panel in your home, and well, hold on. Before you even start changing an outlet, I think the first step you need to do is to actually buy the correct outlet to replace it with. See, nothing here is talking about which outlet should you choose. Do you need a GFCI outlet because you're close to water? Should you be putting tamper-resistant outlets, 15 amp, 20 amp? Those are considerations. So I'm just going to add in here, I'm going to put it in red. I'm going to put in 0.5 and select the correct outlet. And again, GFCI. Should it be GFCI? Tamper resistant, 15 amp or 20 amp. You need to consider what outlet are you going to replace the existing one with, and make sure you select the correct outlet. Okay, so let's get back to step 1. By the way, I have a video on selecting the right outlet in Home Depot. I'll link to that up in the top corner. Turn off the power to the outlet, locate the circuit breaker panel in your home, and find the switch that controls the outlet you want to change. Yeah, easier said than done. You might need to go and use a circuit breaker finder. I have a video on using that, so you can find the correct breaker to turn the breaker off for that particular outlet. Turn off the switch and use a voltage tester to make sure there is no current flowing to the outlet. Okay, that's good, that's excellent. But what I would want to also add here is check both outlets. See, if you don't check both outlets, you don't know whether the power is coming from one breaker to both outlets, or you have 2 different breakers. This is something you need to check to make sure you don't end up touching a live wire. So our starting point here, overall, pretty good, but some fine points that you need to think about if you're going to use AI to give you instructions on how to change an outlet. So let's move on to number 2 here. Remove the old outlet. Unscrew the cover plate, set it aside. Unscrew the outlet from the electrical box, gently pull it out. You should see 3 wires connected to the outlet. Black for hot, white for neutral, green or bare for ground. Well, okay, that's if there's only one cable coming into this box. But most of the time, it's not the end outlet in the whole run. There are probably going to be 5 wires, 2 black, 2 white, and 1 green. So initially you're looking for 3 and now you find 5 and you're like, what am I supposed to do? So I think they need to maybe add some information here about maybe 5 wires and what they are. So I think there's something there that could be confusing for some people. Disconnect the wires from the outlet by loosening the screws or cutting them with wire strippers if they are attached with stab-in connections. Okay, excellent. I like how they are addressing the possibility of this backstabbing type of connection that unfortunately too many electricians have used in the past, especially on some homes that were wired 30, 40 years ago. So good that that's going to be addressed. So step 2, overall, pretty good. Again, some things there we need to look at. Now, step 3, install the new outlet. Whoa, hold on. What about the important point in my mind of check wires in the box? See, there may be a bunch of wires in the back of that box, which are maybe for this particular circuit. Maybe it's a different circuit. That happens sometimes. You don't know what you're going to get into when you are opening up an outlet box. So check the wires in the box and make sure that they're not live. Where do they go to? Are they in good shape? So before you start installing a new one, make sure you know what you've got in that box. Okay, install the new outlet. Okay, connect the wires to the new outlet in the same way they were connected to the old one. So black wire goes to the brass, white goes to the silver, green goes to the green screw. Excellent, good there. But again, if you have had to use wire cutters to cut this backstab, there needs to be a step in here to strip the wires to expose new copper wire. This also is needed if the existing wires they weren't backstabbed, but they've got damaged. Maybe they're not looking so great. Strip the wires to expose new copper wire so you get that best connection. Okay, make sure the wires are secure and not loose or exposed, definitely. Again, if you've got the 5 wires in there, not just the 3, then you're going to have to connect that properly. I'd like it to say that the wires here go in a clockwise direction. So you make sure that you're wrapping the J-hook around the screw, and when you tighten it, it pulls the wire in and it's not pushing it out. That's a common mistake that many people make, and I'd like to see it tell us that the wires have to go in that clockwise direction. Make sure the wires are secure, not loose or exposed, okay? And push the outlet back into the electrical box, screw it into place, replace the cover plate and screw it on. Okay, pretty good there. Again, some details that it's missing, those fine details that can sometimes trip people up and cause a poor connection. Okay, so I think that probably covers step 3. Step 4, turn on the power and test the outlet. Turn the circuit breaker on, lamp or appliance to test if the outlet works. I think here, if you don't have a lamp or appliance pretty close, they set up in step 1 here to use a voltage tester to make sure there's no current. I don't think you need a plug or a lamp. I think you can use a voltage tester. I think that's a perfectly fine way to do it, since it said you had a voltage tester up front already. Test if the outlet works. If everything's fine, you've successfully changed an electrical outlet at home. If not, turn off the power again and check your connections or call a professional electrician for help. I think this last part here about calling a professional electrician here, that's something that really people need to consider right up front. If you're not comfortable doing this, call an electrician. Overall, how did AI do? I think it did fairly well. I think there are some details that it's missing, and this is why I recommend that people don't rely just on one source. Whether it's AI or whether it's a single YouTube video, there are some great videos out there, and they're going to give you some good information, but usually select 2 or 3 videos, 2 or 3 sources, so that you get some of those details from different people. Look for maybe some of the videos that some people like Adam have done or Scott have done on what are some of the mistakes people make in installing outlets, because they give you some of those finer details, those tips that are going to help you be successful in changing the outlet. So overall, I'd say that it did a pretty good job, but not as good as I think you want to do as a DIY homeowner changing an electrical outlet in your home. If you found this review of AI and how well it does in terms of giving you instructions to change an outlet, if you found this helpful, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos, and you'll get notified when I publish them. If you found the information in this video helpful, here are some other videos I think you'll find helpful. Thanks for watching.